I'm here in Sandy, Utah. Man, it's cold outside bad. Black Cat Comics, so let's see what kind of comics I can get today.
Oh, they only have issue 2.
Man, that store is the best. There's so many things that I wanted, but I had to put some things away just budget wise. But I walked away with 4 comics and I think I really like them. And so I'll catch you back at the house where I can talk about them. All right, now we're at store number 2, Dr. Volt's Comics. Really excited to go in here.
Basically deranged, psycho, murderous. So we started out with Plastic, was the first one. Butterman was the second one. But yeah, Plastic, the psychopath, gets his inflatable girlfriend kidnapped by a mob boss who wants him to kill somebody. Yet. And I am like, it's chilly.
That's a shark sign.
All right, well, I'm back at the house. Sorry, I've been trying to find a really good way to record this video. I watch a bunch of YouTube videos about different creators that like document their comic book hunting, and I've always wanted to do it. But my huge inspiration to do this is Lunch Money Comics. He hasn't been uploading videos for very often, but I watch all of his videos where he documents it and he goes back to his house and talks about what he got. And so that's kind of what I've been doing. He has a really cool wall behind him with like the different comics. And you know, I'm a college student. I live in a tiny 2-bedroom apartment, so I have very limited space. So hopefully the more I do this and when I can afford my own place, I guess, I can have a better place to film these videos. And again, with this mic, my mic on my phone is really bad. And so I'm just trying to get this to work. And so hopefully it sounds okay. But I'm really excited to talk about the different comics that I got. And I went to a total of 3 different shops. And I'm sorry if the videos of me actually going through the comics is kind of bad. I'm still kind of new at this, and it's like when I go to these comic book stores, I'm there for quite a long time, and so I don't think you want to watch a 2-hour long video. So I tried to like cut it into specific places, and sometimes a lot of the comics that I got, I did not document me finding them because sometimes I have to get on my hands and knees and like pull boxes out and just figure it out. And so I'm sorry. The more videos I do in the future, I'll definitely be better at it. I just bought one of the stabilizing things for my phone, so it'll be easier to hold. And so hopefully you can stick with me on this journey. And yeah, but first, before I jump into the comics that I found, I have a giveaway. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel and leave a comment down below. I am giving away the first 5 issues of Return of Wolverine. I freaking love these comics. These have never been read. I don't even think they've been opened. They have no flaws whatsoever. No spine ticks. Absolutely nothing. And you know, I've never submitted a book to CGC or CBS before, but I honestly would not be surprised if this first book would get a 9.8 or in the high 9s. But this is what I'm giving away, the first 5 issues. Sorry, it's kind of hard to see. I have to hold this mic. I'll find a solution in the future. But yeah, so again, like this video, subscribe, and comment down below. But let's just jump into these comics that I found. Again, I apologize that like sometimes when I hold up the comics, there's a bad glare. I'm still figuring this out. I'm not going to show above me, but the lights in this room is just fluorescent lights. And so it's really bad lighting in here. I'll figure it out. But let's just jump into the first comic. The first comic that I got, and this was at Black Cat Comics in Sandy, Utah. The first one I got was The Defenders number 40. Defenders number 40. I really, 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 really like this series from the late 70s. I'm trying to collect all of them. I probably have about 35, 40 of them, and these are just, I actually ended up getting 2 at the 2 different stores. But just whenever I see a Defenders comic, I always look from. To be honest, I'm not super picky about the condition of the comics when I find one. If I find a comic that I like and it's in poor condition, I mean, if it's too high of a price, I'm not going to get it. But like, if I find a comic that I want and it's like a reasonable price and it's not horrible condition, I don't really mind. Like, this isn't great condition. These white covers, they get very dirty, and this is a very dirty cover. But yeah, so this is just for the PC, the personal collection. So let's move on to the next one. The next one, and also from, this one might actually be from the second store I went to, which is Dr. Volt's Comics. And this is Tarzan, Lord of the Jungle, issue number 1. Man, I honestly have no idea. I don't know anything about this book. I looked it up on eBay, and it's like kind of like a $5 book. It's nothing crazy, but I saw it and I thought it was pretty cool. It's just Tarzan with fighting a freaking lion. Pretty cool. But I mean, it has a lot of spine ticks and it has this crease in the top corner. But it was like $4. Oh no. How much was it? I think it was like $3. So I thought it was cool. I ended up only spending, I should have said this before, I only ended up spending like $20 on this run. I got like 9 comics. I only spent $20. I wish I spent more. So I definitely put some things back, budget wise. But I quite like this book, Tarzan number 1, Lord of the Jungle. Yeah, pretty cool book. The next one, also from Dr. Volt's Comics, is this boy. Oh my gosh. The Man Called Nova number 13. Now, this isn't a key or anything, but one of the biggest books that I want on my dream list or bucket list for comic books is Man Called Nova number 1. And I mean, it's not a crazy expensive book, but I really, really want it. And so this is the first Nova book of any kind that I found in the wild. And man, I think it's so cool. This one I don't think is a key or anything, but I mean, it's really, really, really cool. And down here at the bottom corner, it says The Sandman Returns. I don't think that has anything to do with Flint Marko, like the Spider-Man villain Sandman. But I don't know. I think Nova is super, super awesome, and I'd love to see him in a future Marvel project. So if I ever find any of these, I'm just going to grab them. Now, the next one, okay, this is something. I actually went to a total of 3 stores, and the third one, I should have filmed me being in there, but it was weird. I just I opened the door and it was all dark. There was like one single light on. All the walls were kind of like gray cinder block. There wasn't a ground. It was just concrete floors, and it was just like kind of sketchy. And I was like, hello? And then there's just this like probably 14-year-old girl there, and I was like, are you open? She's like, yeah. And I should have filmed it, but like there was comics just everywhere, no organization whatsoever. But this is like a comic store. It was really, really weird. And so I just kind of looked around for a sec, and I ended up finding something I really wanted. So I got it, and it was like $4. It was a little overpriced, but I just wanted to get out of there because it was kind of a bad environment. And man, like some of the comic books were just on the ground in shambles, and it was just like really bothering me because when I see people not taking care of comics, it bothers me. So, but I ended up walking away with this. This is Nova number 16. And this is one of my favorite comic book series of all time. I have Nova number 1, and that was one of the first comic books I like read and was really, really into. So I really wanted to collect this whole series, but they're expensive to find in the wild and like pay for them when you find them. But I really like this cover. It shows Nova holding, I think you'd consider that Stormbreaker, and then you see Beta Ray Bill at the top. Just a really, really cool cover. And again, it was like $4, which may be a little overpriced, but I mean, it is a newer book. I think it's the newer. No, I have a newer book that I got, but really cool book. Now, the next one, I actually got this book for 25 cents. But this is The Web of Spider-Man at number 2. I mean, it's in surprisingly okay condition. I'm not sure why it was in the 25-cent pile. There is a crease kind of down the middle, but I mean, if I were to send it to CGC, which I wouldn't because this isn't a key. I mean, if I got this pressed, those would go out so easily. But there is seriously I mean, there's like one or two spine ticks, but besides that, it's in really, really good condition. And this might just be for the personal collection. I might just read it, but I really like the Web of Spider-Man series. I have, I think, 3 or 4 issues of it already. So yeah, just kind of for the personal collection. Now, now we're getting into other comics that I got from Black Cat Comics. And again, it was in Sandy, Utah, and it's like the best comic book store I probably have ever been to. So if you're ever in Sandy, Utah, which is pretty close to Salt Lake City, go check it out. They have thousands of comics, and it's just the best. The first one is another Defenders book. This is Defenders number 51. So the other one I showed you is number 40. This is issue number 51. Again, not a key. Got this for $2. I quite like Black Hat Comics because they have a little paper on the inside sleeve of all their comics showing their price and maybe like significance. And so, yeah, I really like it. This is in very poor condition. That's not bad. Like there's a little spine ticks, but the cover is very dirty. I don't know if you can tell. And again, sorry, there's like kind of like a glare. But yeah, just another book for the personal collection. Now, this one was a cool find. I wish I would have filmed it. Again, I'm sorry. I'm going to try to be better at filming in the future. But this is Strange Adventures number 1, and it shows Adam Strange on the cover. And I think this is just a really, really cool looking book. I really like Adam Strange. I don't know why. I really don't know why, but I really do like him. And if you notice, the title of my YouTube channel is called the Robots, Aliens, and Wizards podcast. I'm probably going to change that, but I do have a podcast. I actually have 2 podcasts. This podcast, Robots, Aliens, and Wizards podcast, is I talk a lot about superhero stuff. And I just released an episode a couple weeks ago about my favorite DC superheroes, and Adam Strange was one of them. I still don't really know why I like him. I think he's really cool, and this is a really cool looking book. It says that this is issue 1 of 12. So I'll definitely be on the look for the other 11 issues. And so, yeah, I'm just going to read it, and I'm really excited for that. Now, the next book is another newer book. I'm not sure how new it is. I think it's pretty new. But this is Marvel Family Comics number 1. And when I saw this, I kind of freaked out because I was like, that's not the first Captain Marvel or Marvel Family. And it's not. It's just a reprint. But right here in the bottom right-hand corner, it says, in full color, Captain Marvel Jr., Mary Marvel, and Uncle Marvel. And it shows the wizard Shazam. I just think it's a cool book. I'm just going to read it. So again, if you saw in the video, I saw a couple keys in these comic book stores, but I'm not really looking to spend quite a lot of money. There was an X-Men book that I saw. I forgot the issue number, but it's the first appearance of Mr. Sinister in the X-Men, and it was like $34. I mean, I'm not sure if that's a good price, but when I find keys like that, I would love to just find them in the wild. And I don't think I want to spend big money, kind of like, obviously that's not a lot of money, but I would rather spend that kind of money on books that I actually really, really want. But there will be a time when I can find keys like that and sell them. And so, yeah. Now, this is the last book that I got. And it's, I'm sorry, these books aren't super exciting, but this is Justice League of America number 178. And I got this for $2. I just really like this. It's not in amazing condition. It's only $2, but it's a really cool cover of Martian Manhunter and Despero. And the first appearance of Despero, I forgot what the issue is, but it shows Despero and I think Flash. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it shows Despero and Flash, I think, playing chess. And I think this is just pays homage to it. It's kind of covered by the paper right there, but it shows Martian Manhunter and Despero playing chess. But the chess pieces are the members of the Justice League. I just thought it was a really cool cover. And in the video, in the video that I took of me in the shop, I was pulling books from the dollar bin, and I should have kept those. But as I was pulling more books that I liked, I didn't really care for those dollar bin books, so I just kind of put them back. But I really enjoyed making this video. I'm sorry, it's just me holding a mic like this. It's probably kind of weird, but I hope to be doing this, and I'm not necessarily doing this for anyone to get just like a bunch of followers. And I just really enjoyed doing this, and I don't really have any friends that enjoy comic book hunting like me. So I just often find myself watching videos of other creators doing like these kind of videos of their comic book hunting, and then they have so many people commenting, and they just have a community around them. And I think I would just love to be in a community like that where I could ask questions to the camera like this and people could comment, and I would love to do that. And so if you're watching, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And again, if you want to win those books, The Return of Wolverine, I'll grab them really quick. Sorry. If you want to have the first 5 issues of Return of Wolverine, what you have to do is like this video, subscribe, and leave a comment. That would mean so much to me. And I'll just choose a winner and I will send these to you personally, no charge. And so I hope to be making a video in the next week or so when I go to comic book stores in my location. I'm going to go to a store where I've actually found quite a few hidden keys there, but that store is kind of in shambles and they don't really care about their comics, which is a little frustrating to me, but I'll film it and so to see what your guys' opinion is. But thanks again so much for watching and hope to see you on the next one.